Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, let's have a look at the week that was.
I believe there is no more powerful force than the voice of young people.
This is a whole different level of energy, of commitment, of wisdom.
The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person who's actually doing it. Now you're unstoppable.
I've never met a problem where a wall has been the answer.
If we don't do something about this, I don't know who will.
We must view young people not just as leaders of tomorrow, but rather as leaders of today.
We are in a time where young people are creating change in communities all over the world.
Are you living your life to the fullest, or are you waiting for the upcoming years?
We unfortunately are leaving a broken world for your generation to fix. We want you to take the lead. We want you to begin now.
Inspire others and make it happen.
Our job is not finished. We still got another 175 years to bring this to completion.
We get to be what we want to be, and who's going to tell us different?
To act is now.
Are you ready? Let's tear up, up. Woo! Are you ready to dance, people? Hell is gone and never see you. There's nothing left for you to fear. Shake her ass, come over here, now scream. I'm a burning effigy of everything you used to be. You're my rock of empathy, my dear. So come on, let me entertain you. So come on, let me entertain you. Oh yeah. Life's too short for you to die, so grab yourself an alibi. Heaven knows your mother lied. Moshe, separate your right from wrong and come and sing a different song. The cattle's also don't belong. Moshe, sure, so come on, let me, let's hear it, entertain you. Oh yeah, so come on, let me entertain you. Look me up in the yellow pages, I will be a rock of ages. You see life through the crazy faces, yeah. Little Bo Peep is lost sheep, he popped a pill and fell asleep. The dew is wet, but the grass is sweet, my dear. So he may be good, he may be out of sight, but he can be here, so come around tonight. Here is a place where the feeling grows. You gotta get high before you taste the lows. Come on, let me entertain you. Are you ready to sing with me? So come on, let me entertain you. One more time, so come on, let me entertain you. So come on, let me entertain you. Everybody, let's hear it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, yeah. So come on, let me entertain you, yeah, right now. So come on, let me, come on, let me, come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me entertain you. So come on, let me be. Come on, let me be. Come on, let me entertain you. Come on, let me be. Come on, let me, baby, entertain you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. One more time now. So come on, let me entertain you. So come on, let me entertain, entertain you, baby. All right, yeah. All right, baby. 175. Come on, let me entertain you. Let's keep it clapping. Let me. One more time. One more time now. So come on, let me entertain you. Thank you very much, people. You've been lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 175 closing ceremony. And before we begin, can I get a round of applause for Florent and the incredible dancers once again? My name is Ollie Tripodi and I'm from Down Under, mate. And it is my pleasure to be your MC this evening. 175, how are you? I said, 175, how are you? I said, what? No, I can hear you. I can hear you now. It's the noise is quite good up on stage, so I was able to make that out. Whether or not you've been a presenter this week, or you've been in sessions, or you've been soaking up the ambience, it has been a tremendous week. And whether or not you've met new people, or you've rekindled friendships with old, it's been very special. And in amongst all of the sessions, a number of themes have bubbled to the surface, and I'm pleased to introduce a few people to talk about our key learnings of the week. Make them feel welcome.
I've really enjoyed going to the morning plenary sessions and listening to all the different TED Ed speakers, as well as just the different keynote speakers that we had.
The environment, it's a very important issue.
It is possible to have a community that is very sustainable Climate change is such a big topic in today's world, and it's amazing to see that people are actually making changes in their own communities.
If we don't start worrying about climate change, we're not even really going to have a platform to have these types of issues revolutionized at all.
We need to focus on the environment to get to the next steps of what we need, of other things that we need to focus on.
The issue of refugees impact all over the world in so many countries.
A lot of refugees that will sometimes come to Wise, and people don't even realize that.
I plan on being a huge advocate and talking about exposing us to other cultures so that we're not fear. We don't have fear towards people of different cultures or different religions.
It's making sure that people are speaking about that and making them feel as welcome as you would want to be.
We're all the same, we all have the same blood, and we all have the same values that we've held so far.
I see a lot of unemployment, like, especially living in London, you see it, and
we don't want to keep those ceilings closed kind of thing. We want to keep breaking through them and keep going through, even though it can be a little scary at times.
It's hard, like, living in an economy where there's so many different things going on, but it's finding a way to, like, break the barriers of unemployment.
We have a lot of problems with education all over the world.
Education is not just sitting in a classroom. Education is being around people and building relationships.
All these topics about mental health really touch me close to home.
Everything that I've been learning, especially for mental health, because my kids in Brazil, they're facing these problems and they want to know about it.
I think it's been great just to hear people talking about it so openly to sort of decrease the stigma around mental health.
An event like this shows that everyone is here to support.
Share your vision, and that's how we bring in the Sustainable Development Goals into an existence as well.
Young people are at the forefront of what we need for the world.
This experience remind me why I love the YMCA.
It only takes one to really start a change and to make a movement happen.
You really are making a big difference in people's lives and in your own lives, so just keep up the good work and spread love.
Yeah, yeah!
Hey, stand up! I need y'all to stand up right now, you feel me? Look, I'm a #1 stunner, boy, I'm live in the flesh. Yeah, I came from the gutter, so you know I'm gon' flex. What? Speaking on our name, better say it with respect. Where we from, talk wild, boy, they hit you with the tech. Yeah. Stay fresh, none less. Shout out to John, I'm too blessed. What? Take it how it is, and I pass to the next. Got Z up on my left, so boy, I made it out of 6, and we made it out the L streets. Back where they know to serve packs, and they pack heat. Only eat, I'm serving in my motto.
It's the motto.
Give it back, yeah, that's the motto.
It's the motto.
They be trying to lead, I don't follow. I say I be booming, get it moving like Apollo. I ain't Aristotle, but you know I ride a lotto. I be getting to it, got my foot up on the throttle. I'm gone. Whoa, let them know. We gon' keep it lit to the mall.
To the mall.
Ha, don't make it hot. Get it poppin', keep it poppin', non-stop. Whoa, let them know. We gon' keep it lit to the mall.
What?
Ha, don't make it hot. Get it poppin', keep it poppin', non-stop.
Team no sleep while these haters doing slumber parties. Crazy Asian who be sauced up, I'm dipped in teriyaki, honest with the bucks. My mom need a Milwaukee. If it get poppin' here, I say off the walkie-talkie tournament. Water getting paid, that's a wave check. Cause I was fighting being poor, arch nemesis. And my team getting strong, we need a membership. A couple bands for the times they abandoned shit. Home of the candlestick, I had to keep the candles lit. Why they hating, I can see it, miss unanimous. On the road to success, I had an accident. Had to keep going, jumped out the ambulance. Like a back out. Made a promise, never back down. Background came from the 6 that was downtown. If you shoot your shot, get your rebound. Boy, you know I'm shining like bling loud. Whoa.
We ain't over yet.
YMCA 175, how y'all doing?
Woo! Yo, tell them boy how it is, man. Whoa,
get your mind right. What?
Get your money, get a hang,
get your aim tight. Whoa.
I'ma do it if you don't like. Why you tripping? How I'm living? Get your own life. Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind
right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. I'm ahead, no pole lights. I mean police.
What?
Stop me, I got rights. Need a vaccine. Enemies, the parasites. It was me, Gease. We hungry, got appetite. Get it for with a dressing, I spent some lettuce. My flow athletic, I'm trying to score just like my credits. It's percentage, I took a risk and made investments. Told my mama we finna get it, so no more stressing. Ooh, I said get the poppin', what it do? Ooh, stack that big band, color blue. Ooh, keep your circle small, trust a few. Ooh, get that W, never lose. Like stop, drop, get the guap, get the guap. Keep it together like dreadlocks. Chase that cream, no hook shot, chop, chop. Chase that chicken to the wing stop.
Get your mind right, get your money, get a hang, get your game tight, whoa. I'ma do it if you don't like. What? Why you tripping? How I'm living? Get your own life. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. What? Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Get it, I spit it, the flow is so acidic. Leave my life to a critic. I ain't with it. I do my own, I do it strong, I'm like Whitney. Ain't tripping, sipping, homie, I'ma get it. Trying to fit the description with your own lane. All up in my business, do your own thing. Get your own game, get your own way. Don't be following all of these lames, use your own brain, whoa. I was out there tripping, moving slow. Running from my problem water, you know how that go. Go. Me on them chains, hold up, they ain't even know. Threw that on the bike and now they watching how I roll. Whoa, go. Do your thing, him talking, they ain't know. They be tripping, they ain't living, they just lame. What? Do this for myself, cause for myself is why I came.
Hey, get your mind right. What?
Get your money, get a hang.
Get your game tight, whoa.
I'ma do it if you don't like. Why you tripping? How I'm living?
Get your mind right. What?
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Huh? Get your mind right. Huh? Right. Get your mind right. Right. Get your.
Yo, man, so I know y'all know the hook by now, right? So when I say, get your mind right, I'ma need y'all say to get your mind right. Okay? Little something like this.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Thank y'all.
Hey.
Welcome to the new age. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. Welcome to the new age. Welcome to the new age. Welcome to the new age. I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in the generation, I suppose. Paint it red to fit right in. Whoa, I'm breaking in and shaping up, then shaking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I'm feeling my bones to make my systems grow. Welcome to the new age, welcome to the new age, to the new age. Whoa, 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 I'm radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, 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 I'm radioactive, radioactive. Systems go, sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside. Old systems go, sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside. Old systems go, sun hasn't died. Deep in my bones, straight from inside. I'm waking up. I'm feeling my bones to make my systems go. Welcome to the new age, to the new age, whoa, 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 I'm radioactive, radioactive, whoa, 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 I'm radioactive, radioactive.
So, we're here at YMCA 175, Brick Celebration, from all over the world. Where are you from?
That's a good question. Where am I from? Obviously from my accent, I was born in New York. I was raised in Haiti, but my family is Ghanaian, so Haitian American and Ghanaian.
So far, so you participated in the opening plenary too, so basically people are now treating you as a celebrity because your motivation speech was so good. How are you enjoying the event so far?
I'm definitely enjoying the event, the energy. I mean, everyone saw me this morning, like I really brought my whole self into this. And so I'm really enjoying meeting people, seeing where people are coming from, and also seeing why people are here. I think people came here for different reasons, not only to just like catch up with everyone across the YMCA network, but also just be reminded like how cool we are as young people and like what we're doing. And so it was nice to see that today and see people get riled up, excited, and also really happy and grateful to be here. So it was nice to see that.
What was like the most exciting thing that happened today?
Oh wow, like I think for me personally, I was very shocked to see a standing ovation. I actually cried in the back. I was like, wow, like I really wanted what I was saying to resonate with everyone. And when I turned around, I saw the whole room just really took on board what I said. Not just the word, but like the emotion I was trying to invoke in people that shocked me. So it was really nice to see.
Today we had the first official day of workshops, sessions, and many things happening. It's so hard to even choose, but what do you think so far is the best thing about YMCA 175?
Oh my gosh, what is the best thing about YMCA 175? I don't even know where to begin. I do think, honestly, it's what's happened outside of the YMCA 175 is this team meetings. What I've been seeing is like almost every YMCA chapter, because there's so much happening today and throughout the whole week, I'm seeing the groups come together. What did you learn? What did you see? Who did you meet? And people just trying to like, kind of like reflect on the experience, because it's very easy to get overloaded with everything that's happening. And it's so nice to see that everyone's actually taking the time to reflect and be grateful. for being here, because not everyone can come. There's only 5,000 people here for the YMCA 175, and you gotta remember, YMCA touches the lives of millions of people around the world. So it's nice to see people sinking in and talking again.
And do you think YMCA 175 is providing space for the next generation of young leaders to come together and discuss their ideas properly?
Definitely. I mean, that's the point of this, gathering. The YMCA is definitely creating space for people to come together. That's the reason why I decided to come. Usually I'm not in this area during this time, and when I heard about the mission, the brand, and why they bring all these young people around the world, I'm like, well, it makes sense. I mean, look where I'm at right now. Like, you see this, the walls is like to make sure that even in addition to the conversations, people are also expressing themselves with different needs. So I like that you guys also have multiple ways for you to meet and gather and talk. And so, of course, the YMCA, I feel like it was brought together for that. And this summit is a reminder.
Is there any message you want to pass on to all the beautiful people gathered here?
Definitely the message I want to bring to everyone is one that I said this morning during my talk, is that question I kept asking people, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my answer to everyone, and to the answer that you should be saying, is not the titles you want to be, probably not even the celebrities or the politicians you admire. The answer to that question should always be yourself. Because in this day and age where there's so much happening, I know people are overwhelmed, sometimes you get demoralized. The best answer to today's global challenges is you. The person that you need to inspire is always yourself, because the world really, honestly, I feel like the world can do so much when it has everyone really believing in themselves and just doing their own thing. And so that's the message I want to bring to people. When people ask you that question, what do you want to be? When you grow up, you better say it's you, because the world needs you. So that's my message. So yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, what's your name? Where do you come from?
Perfect. So my name is Reinhard. I am from the Richmond delegation, which is in the United States in Virginia.
And what's been the best thing about YMCA 175 event so far?
Perfect. So we brought 16 teens from all over the Richmond area from the United States. And the coolest thing about this event so far, a couple things, is being able to see them bond a little bit more while they're here and be able to laugh and have a good time, get to know each other a little bit better, but also to see them engage with other people from other countries, be engaged and focused when it comes to classes and things like that, and be able to take a lot of stuff away. They're taking lots of notes and really eager to take what they learned here in London and bring it back to Virginia and implement it somehow when we get back there.
That's great. So how have the young people been connecting with other people to learn and share and take action?
Sure. So I think them personally, just learning about different people's cultures and things like that. So I know one of our delegates specifically is wanting to fight poverty when we get back. So he is actually interviewing different countries, or people from the different countries, and going to make a slideshow once we get back and be able to present it. So he's asking questions of, is there anybody taking action over poverty for your nation and things like that. So I know him specifically is really excited to get back and he's getting motivated while he's here to take action once he gets back. And there's a lot of things, especially today, about mental health. And they're excited about taking what they learned here today and taking it back with them and be able to spread it around the Richmond area and try to go bigger and better beyond that. So it's just a great event. We've had a great time here in London, getting here and trying to catch up on sleep a little bit, a little jet lag, but over the course of the past couple of days, we've been able to sightsee a few things and then be able to come here and be able to mix and mingle with people and see different cultures during the opening plenaries, and then the closing and the celebration last night was really cool. So it's just an all-around great experience. We're excited to be here, so thanks for having us.
Well, thanks, Ryan.
Of course.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan.
Hello, everyone. We are evaluation of this marvelous, beautiful event. So probably we are meet most of us run or working in this marvelous Plaza Center to ask you to come to write something or draw something our marvelous evaluation wall. So my name is Nathaniel. We are Lee, Lala, and Emma.
We initially had the wall to gather all your feedback for YMCA, telling us how you felt about this event. However, over the course of the days, it completely changed. we saw that people were writing messages that were really important to them. YMCA groups of the United States of America delegation wrote memorials to their fallen brothers and sisters from recent days. The Hong Kong delegation of young leaders exercised their voices in speaking out about the current political unrest in their country. And the United Kingdom delegates expressing great joy at welcoming so much diversity here to London.
During the past couple of days, working with the evaluation team, we got to share conversations with many of you about many different topics, how you liked the different workshops and sessions, how you got engaged in different panels. And I think I'm right when I say that by your feedback, we can say that YMCA 175 created the perfect platform for the next generation of young leaders to meet and discuss ideas and start bringing change to our communities. All of us here and all of us back home the same. We've talked about human rights, we talked about the refugee situation, environmental protection, health and well-being. We discussed many things that are ever-changing in our society. And also the wall we had at the plaza, it's just a really emotional thing, and I think I'm talking for the whole team that we got very emotional when we saw the Hong Kong delegation standing up for what they are believing. I mean, come on, that is our generation standing up for what they believe in. This is history in the making.
To conclude, I think it's fair enough to say that this event has been highly enjoyed by all of our delegates. Yeah? The sharing of knowledge, experience, and the opinions has been the biggest highlight of all of our evaluations. Of course, over the 4-day event, one thing that has come up time and time again over every evaluation has been the desire to do more events like this, where the whole family of YMCA can come together and talk about issues that affect them. So before we leave the stage and take our positive light away, could I get everyone on the count of 3 to shout, "I love youth work"? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3. I love youth work!
So this is the second official day.
Thank you so much.
And sessions of YMCA 175, and we have people from many places coming in. Could you tell us by starting? You start by telling us where you're from.
Well, I'm from YMCA Ireland, specifically the Cork region, way down the south. Yeah. So we didn't have that far to travel to come here.
How are you enjoying the event so far?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, we took a couple of workshops, but what I'm really taking away from this is the YMCA is such a large community, and everyone's so nice. It's been great meeting everyone from all around the world.
So, as I already mentioned, this was the second official day of workshops and sessions and a hell of a lot of programs. So, what is the most exciting thing that happened today?
I must say the opening ceremony was brilliant. I mean, it was one of the best ones I've been to in a long time. But in terms of the workshop, we were at one earlier today in the Innovation Lab about creativity, and it's something that we focus on a lot in our YMCA, and it was amazing to see that other YMCAs were focusing on that as well.
What has been the best thing about YMCA 175 if you had to choose something?
Definitely the people. I mean, there's over 7 billion people in the world, and there's over 3,000 here today at this event, and it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know them all. At least some of them anyway.
Is there any message you want to pass on to all the beautiful people who are here?
Yeah, I mean, just keep doing the good work, you know, every small change makes a difference, and keep communicating with each other because that's the most important thing.
The best thing about YMCA 175 for me is the way we're able to come together as a YMCA family and to celebrate the unique diversity of the YMCA family across the globe. And right around YMCA 175 we see many young people from different countries who are just enjoying the experience of being here, some for the first time in their international YMCA experience and really seeing just what the YMCA family is all about. And my great hope for YMCA 175 is that we inspire and we invest in these young people, that they go back to their communities, back to their local YMCAs and their national movements, and really take something of YMCA 175 back there as an impetus for them to be change makers in their own community and make the difference that they want to see for young people in their local YMCA. So that would be my great hope for YMCA 175, that young people go from here and start a new chapter of YMCA for the future, and we hear all about that at YMCA 200.
I've always wanted to say that. I'm Kat and this is Naomi. We've both been volunteering here at YMCA 175. Woo! We're both from local YMCAs around London and we have loved having you in the city, so I hope you've enjoyed yourself. This time is now over to you.
So in this session, we want to hear a little bit about what you got from this amazing event we've been holding. It's a bit of an interactive session. We need you to get your phones out and get onto the app. I think you should know it quite well by now. So I'm going to give you a minute to get it out and go on to the closing session, very final session on Wednesday. Just scroll all the way down, you'll find it.
It's a lot of scrolling.
A lot of scrolling. And then you'll get to the interactive session.
Great. While you're finding that, our first question to you. We want you to make some noise if you have enjoyed YMCA 175. Woo!
Okay, the first question. Have you all got the app open? You all ready? Say yes. It's not opening. Help.
We'll just ad-lib while the technical team are sorting this out.
Okay, so whilst that's being fixed, I'm going to ask you the question. Now, this is the most important question you're going to hear today. And, okay, which meal did you enjoy the most? And I'm going to give you 3 options. And I want you to say 1, 2, or 3. The first one, noodles. Number 1, noodles. Number 2, noodles with noodles. And number 3, noodles with sauce. Which is your favourite?
So, can we have a cheer if it's option 1, noodles? Can we have a cheer if it was option 2, noodles with noodles? Yeah, that was my favourite, definitely my favourite. And can we have a cheer for option 3, noodles with sauce? What do you think was the best one?
Has to be number 2.
Noodles with noodles.
Noodles with noodles.
For
We'll keep that in mind.
The votes are in, 54%. Amazing.
Yep, noodles with noodles. Well done, good answer.
Great. So, our next question to you. We know this event's all about connecting with each other. I know I've met loads of people from around the world, but we want to know how many people have you been able to connect with over YMCA 175? So the next question should be up.
So now, hopefully, is your app working? No? Okay. This is going well. Okay. So we're going to have to read them out again, or you can see them on screen. So, how many people have you connected with? Is it A, 1 to 5, B, 6 to 10, C, 11 to 19, or D, 20 plus? A?
I'm hearing D. I'm hearing D. I feel like a lot of people have been voting.
Oh, this is amazing. This is working so well. thank you for bearing with us. But I think, okay, so is it 20 plus? Brilliant. Okay, thank you. The next question. This event is all about celebrating the work of the wider YMCA, 175 years in. And we want to find out whether we actually achieved that. Have you had a chance to celebrate 175 years of young people and the YMCA transforming community?
If you can vote, put yes or no on the app. If you think you have, then I want you to make some noise again. Woo! Yes. Okay, our next question to you. Have you managed to create new ideas and initiatives that you're going to go take home to your local communities and make that change? If it's yes, can I hear some noise?
Very good. Right, you'll be relieved to know this next one doesn't actually rely on the app, which obviously is not working. So I would like you to just talk to your neighbour and find out what positive changes you will be able to make to shape your future as a global leader. Just have a 30 seconds, just talk to the person next to you.
Everybody in the app has just crashed it.
Huh?
So
You've had amazing opportunities here to take things back home. We are going to finish up there. Thank you so much for your participation. So give
Thank you,
yourselves a round
guys.
of applause.
Thank you.
Hello, 175. How you doing? Can we take a moment to put our hands together for Naomi and Kat, who struggled and battled through some technical difficulties then. They did a tremendous job. Now, YMCA 175, I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, Gease, the MC tonight looks a lot like Justin Bieber. And you're forgiven. You are forgiven. Very similar upper body. Ooh, thank you very much. Wow, stop, enough. But unfortunately, even though I look like JB, I don't have the voice. And that's why I'm very, very pleased to introduce our next musical act, because tonight is a sonic delight. It is Volney Morgan and New Year Gospel Choir.
Ready? Can I get everybody standing on their feet real quickly? Quickly, jump, jump, jump. Turn to the person next to you, say, don't rain on my parade. Say it louder, say, don't rain on my parade. You ready, Miles? Woo! Come on, make some noise!
Don't rain on my parade. If you don't see what he sees, oh, by the way.
He's the only God.
He's the only God for me. Oh, yeah, okay.
Give me the victory.
Give me the victory. It's gone away.
Let's go.
Don't rain on my parade. If you don't see what he sees, oh, by the way.
He's the only God.
He's the only God on my parade. Hey, hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, don't rain on my parade. Come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Come on. Hey, come on. Hey, don't rain on my parade. Hey, hey, let's go. Hey, come on. Hey, 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 don't rain on my parade. I can hear you. Hey, 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 if you could only see. If you could only see, my friend, that the war is not against you, but against principalities and powers, that the enemy will try to use. Don't rain on my parade. Let's go. Hey, 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 come on. Hey, hey, don't rain on my parade. Let's go. Hey, 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 don't rain on my parade. Let's go. Come on, clap. Come on, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Over this side. Sing oh, 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 oh. This side. Sing oh, 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 oh. At the back. Sing oh, oh. Listen. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. Perfect in all your ways. Perfect in all your ways. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. Perfect in all your ways. Perfect, and I will praise you for the rest of our days. For the rest of my and days. I will lift up my voice to the King of Kings. Come on, clap your hands, clap your hands. Come on, come on. King. Come on, clap your hands, clap your hands. King. Come on, clap. Come on, clap your hands. King. Come on, let's take it up. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. Perfect in all your ways. Perfect in all your ways. He's an amazing God. You are amazing, God. Perfect in all your ways. Perfect, and I will praise you for the rest of our days. For the rest of my days. I will lift up my voice to the King of Kings. Come on, clap your hands, clap your hands. Come on, come on. King. Come on, clap your, take it up. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. Perfect in all your ways. Perfect in all your ways. You are amazing, God. You are amazing, God. Perfect in all your ways. Perfect, and I will praise you for the rest of our days. For the rest of my days. I will lift up my voice. 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 Take it up. Somebody shout out. You tired? Let's turn it up. Let me see it, let me see it. Take it up. You ready, Mo?
Let me tell you how good he's been.
Okay, okay.
He saved me from a dying world of sin.
All right, okay.
Turned me around when I was down and blue. Changed my perspective, changed my point of view.
All right.
He knows me better than I know myself.
Better than I know myself.
When I was imitating someone else.
Okay.
Although I thought that I was on my own.
You ready?
It was God who's been there all along.
My God is always on time. He's never leaving my side. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best friend. He's closer than a brother. My God is like no other. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best friend. My God is always on time. He's never leaving my side. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best friend. He's closer than a brother. My God is like no other. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best friend.
Stepped out the Tesco for the Super Bowl.
Okay, okay.
My mobile bank is showing overdrawn. How on earth was I supposed to get home?
I don't even know.
I'm reading minus on my mobile phone.
Uh-oh.
And then he pulls up, I step on his face.
You stepped on the bus?
The driver's irritation on his face.
Okay.
I'm about to tap my card on the reader, but the machine said out of order.
My
God is always on time. He's never leaving my side. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best
Let me tell you.
He's closer than a brother. My God is like no other. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best
My God is
always on time. He's never leaving my side. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best friend. He's closer than a brother. My God is like no other. I'm trying to tell you he's my super best
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day to give him praise. It's a beautiful day to give him praise. It's a beautiful day to give him praise.
You ready?
It's a beautiful day to give him praise.
Drop your shoulder low. Let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hey, one last time, you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, New Year Choir, everybody. So much tremendous music tonight that I feel a bit like Ellen DeGeneres dancing every time I come on stage. Now, it's true that events like this can't take place without the generous financial support of many individuals and many volunteers that make it happen. I'm very pleased to introduce Arjuan Ogasanya from Wells Fargo to say a few words. For Wells Fargo provided some exceptional and tremendous financial support and supporting kind to make an event like this happen. Please make him feel welcome.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Y for 175 years. There aren't many institutions that have survived or been around that long and have also impacted lives positively. So here's to the next 175. So Wells Fargo's vision is to satisfy our customers' financial needs and help them succeed financially. Founded in 1852 and headquartered in San Francisco, Wells Fargo provides banking and investment and mortgage products and services, as well as consumer and commercial finance through our 7,000 plus locations and we have 32 countries, or present in 32 countries and territories where we support our customers. Now, we at Wells Fargo and the Wells Fargo Foundation have committed to combine our business expertise and our philanthropy to pave a path to stability and financial success in undeserved communities and develop solutions to pressing societal problems, including climate change and environmental sustainability. Since 2015, Wells Fargo has supported the YMCA's Global Economic Empowerment Initiative, the program that supports YMCAs in 6 countries that are working to strengthen the financial self-sufficiency and economic opportunities of at least 4,000 underserved youth, women, and families. I mean, this past Sunday, my colleague Jennifer and myself were able to join a gathering of program staff and youth from 6 GEEI countries. We listened in as the leaders exchanged ideas on savings in low-income communities, making financial education engaging for young people, best practice in seed funding and microloans, and measuring the impact of empowerment initiatives. I personally enjoyed interacting with the leaders. It was a lot of fun. So Wells Fargo is also committed to accelerating the transition to a low-carbon economy and minimizing the impact of climate change on our customers and communities. On Monday, our colleague Hannah Skeets led a panel discussion on youth in action for a sustainable environment. Young leaders from Nicaragua, Philippines, Lebanon, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom discussed their passion for the environment and how young people are activating globally on climate change. Wells Fargo believes that climate change represents one of the greatest challenges of our time, and that urgent action is required by all stakeholders to both address climate change at its root cause and implement strategies and behaviors to minimize its impact on people, communities, and industries. We are embedding sustainability throughout our value chain to bring this commitment to life in our products and services, operations and culture, and philanthropy. Among some of our major accomplishments in this area, we're one of the largest investors in renewable energy technologies and projects. We meet 100% of our global electricity needs with renewable energy, and since 2008, we have reduced our greenhouse gas emissions by 48%, and we are proud of our accomplishments to date. But as you all know, there's a lot more to be done. Well, I wish I had more time to share a lot of our accomplishments and some of the projects and initiatives the bank has been investing in over the past years. But if you Google wellsfargo.com online, go to our corporate responsibility website, there's a lot more information there. I do wish you enjoy the rest of your evening. It's been an honor and a privilege to represent Wells Fargo and to be here with you. I must say the future for us is really bright. Thank you.
Work hard, Dad said. Work hard and good things will happen. And so I went to meet my destiny and make my fortune in the greatest city in England and the centre of the world. Piper's London!
Hey, what's your secret? It's no secret, it's a conversion, is all.
What's that then? The long hours, the daily grind.
I've battled all my life for the right to work. So don't tell me it's a prison or the root of misery. Work is a gift.
Yes it is, but it can also be a curse. If men won't go to the churches and chapels, or if the churches and chapels cease to feed our souls, there must be somewhere else. All right, Miss Davies.
All right, what?
This is supposed to be an interview. Ask me.
Ask what?
Ask all those questions you're not supposed to ask.
There are so many.
Well, we still have time.
Why the workers?
Pardon?
You could have helped anyone. Clearly you're dynamic. All around you, people were helping the poorest of the poor. Orphans, widows, desperate people, and you chose to help middle-class men who had jobs with prospects. Why?
Oh, how you spit those words out. Middle-class men? I have tried to help those around me. I've taught in the ragged schools, I've been into those slums. And you're right, people were helping them. But there are many kinds of poverty, Miss Davies. And believe me when I tell you that the work, the daily grind...
I have battled all my life for the right to work. So don't tell me it's a prison or the root of misery. Work is a gift.
Yes, it is. But it can also be a curse. It can leech you of life like a parasite. What do you believe in?
Mr. Williams, I'm not here to talk about what I...
With respect, Miss Davies, we are talking about that. Your whole line of questioning, your very thoughts themselves are shaped by what you believe. So?
All right. I believe that work will set us free.
Hogwash. Why would you believe that?
When we are financially independent, women will be free.
Fine. And when you are free, when you have equal rights with men and the manacles are lying broken on the ground, you will look around you and you will see that you're just in a slightly larger cage.
That's easy for you to say.
I suppose it is. But nevertheless, I believe it to be true. Go on, what else do you believe?
I believe in human reason. I believe, among other things, in Darwin.
The naturalist?
Have you read his book?
No, I've
You should.
meaning to.
On the origin of species. He has proven that we share ancestry with monkeys. That's all we are. Glorified apes, Mr. Williams. And over many years, species evolved from one form to another.
And what's the process by which...
He calls it natural selection. The fittest survive and the weakest do not.
Well, that sounds like London. Like business.
Yes.
But you believe in Darwin, and yet you think that work will save you.
Not me. Us. Look, salvation lies in human reason. And we are evolving. Iron, coal and steam power and... Well, everything's mechanized now, and the speed of production's increased so rapidly.
I agree. There have been wonderful advances.
It isn't finished yet, Mr. Williams. Education is compulsory and free. Do you have any idea what that means to so many people?
Yes, I have some idea. I wasn't born rich. Education is a wonderful thing. Haven't I spent half my life trying to provide it? Look, but what I'm saying is you are wrong to idolize progress for its own sake. Progress is a machine, but it's human muscle and blood that keep that machine moving. Did you go to the Great Exhibition?
I did.
And you saw the new machines?
Well, I thought they were wonderful.
I thought so too. Look, I'm no prophet, but I can see a day where we curse that those machines were ever made.
I don't understand how a man who has made his fortune in industrial London...
Because industrialization, it changes more than manufacturing processes. It changes the way that we think. Industrialization, it tells us that we are machines, or parts of machines, that can be replaced if we break down. Have you never felt replaceable?
Of course I have.
And if you became ill or unable to continue or stopped writing tomorrow...
They'd replace me.
Well, here's what I believe. Your replacement, however skilled, however talented, it wouldn't be you. Do you understand?
No.
Look, I've no doubt that you're a talented writer. But that's not why you're valuable. You are not replaceable at all, because of reasons I can't go into without talking about God in a way that might make you feel uncomfortable.
You want to tell me that I'm a beautiful and unique creation?
Well, I do, actually.
A snowflake? Look, I'm not as innocent as I think you imagine.
All right. There was this man called Morse at Hitchcock's when I arrived. He was ill when I got there, and he died very soon afterwards. He was destroyed by the work, and the work went on without him. Mr. Darwin might have called him one of the weak. That's not how I see him. I believe that he was a child of God. We all are, you see.
I see it's a nice idea.
No, it's not a nice idea. It's a terrible truth. It's a terrible, dreadful responsibility not to treat people like cogs in a machine. That's why middle-class workers were my mission, Miss Davies. Do you now understand?
A little. Yes, I do. I still don't... Can you help me understand how the YMCA grew so quickly? I cannot comprehend that.
That's precisely what I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, you told me about railways. By that argument, any idea would have spread, and we both know that's nonsense. Look, there had to be something in the basic fabric of the idea.
It spread because there is a spiritual hunger for God, Miss Davies. Look, I'm sorry to put it so plainly, but there it is. And if you don't think that could possibly happen, then you will struggle with my story. But if you want to try and put it in more humanist terms, try this. We are more than bodies to be fed into a machine. We were made for more than work. We have minds that must be fed. We have bodies that must be cared for. And we have souls. We have spirits. And somewhere in this dead city, there must be a place where those things are nurtured. And if men won't go to the churches and chapels, or if the churches and chapels cease to feed our souls, there must be somewhere else.
And that's what the associations were.
It's what they are.
Thank you. You've been very generous.
Not at all.
Be honest. For all you've said of progress, as you look into the future, it's brighter than today, isn't it?
Perhaps. Perhaps we are on a brink of a great gleaming age of peace, progress, and learning. Maybe Christ himself will return. But there is a dark side to progress. And this machine age has a dark soul. In my bleaker moments, I fear that men and women too will spend more and more of their days in toil, isolated from one another and cut off from God. I fear the future will be a lonely place and that Christ will be forgotten. And then I pray. And I pray that whatever changes, whatever stays the same, we will always say this: you are more. You can be more. You are not alone.
In 1894, George Williams was knighted.
In 1905, Sir George Williams died and was buried at St. Paul's Cathedral.
YMCA is now the oldest and largest youth charity in the world, with 58 million members in over 120 countries.
Based in over 12,000 communities across the globe.
Working with young women and men of every race, creed and colour.
Helping young people to build a future.
YMCA has stood with young people wherever they are, and it does so to this very day.
Can I ask you to put your hands together again for the Salt Mine Theatre Company? They have been absolutely tremendous this week, telling a story that's important to all of us. It's now my pleasure to invite up Reg Bailey, the Chair of the Board of Trustees of the National Council of YMCAs. Please make him feel welcome.
Friends, there's always a tinge of sadness to any speech at a closing ceremony. Like at the end of an Olympic Games, you know that once this session is over, the event's coming to an end, everything will be packed up, and it's time to head on home. They say that all good things must come to an end, and in terms of our time together in London, that's true. But if YMCA 175 is to have a true legacy and impact upon the world around us, then this cannot be the end. Rather, it should be just the beginning. For all of us, for each one of us, the challenge as we leave London is how do we take those perspectives and ideas and insights that we've shared this week, those solutions to the many important issues that we've just begun to develop. And above all, how do we take that positive and dynamic energy that has so characterized YMCA 175 and drive these forward as a YMCA family across the globe? Let's be clear, it isn't easy. When we're all together, we do feel that we can change the world. But often we fall back into our day-to-day lives and those very problems that here in London today seem challengeable and dealable with. Sometimes they can seem too big or complex to grapple with. But I'm reminded of the old Chinese proverb that every long journey must start with a single step. We won't change the world by the end of August, but each of us can start by changing something immediately around us. At first, it may only positively change the life of one person or a few people. But that first step leads to the next step, which will impact a wider community. The next step after that brings change for a whole village or town, and so on until around the world the impact of the YMCA is being felt in every country on every continent. Just think, 3,000 delegates here, thousands more watching online, YMCA present in 119 countries and already reaching some 65 million people each year. With the energy and the passion for change shown here in the past few days, just imagine how powerful a change we collectively can make together. I couldn't think of a more fitting legacy for YMCA 175 if its impact is to increase that desire for and the pace of change. YMCA 175 hasn't been an easy event to organize. When you consider it's over double the size of a World Council, you'll know that an awful lot of planning and organization started on this event long ago. I particularly want to thank YMCA Europe for their organization of the event. To World YMCA for their support, and also for the Y of the USA, who not only brought so many delegates, but who supported this event in so many different ways to make it a success. I also want to thank my own team at YMCA England and Wales for their work too. It truly has been a global effort, and we should all be very proud of what's been achieved. But my final words to all of you as attendees of the YMCA 175. As chair of YMCA England and Wales, I want to say it's been a joy and a privilege to be the host national movement and have had you here in London. It has quite literally been inspiring to be around you, to hear the passion of young leaders talking about the issues of the world that confront us all, together with that energy and determination to change the world for the better. So when you leave London, go and do just that. Be strong, be resolute, and make that difference. Thank you.
How you doing, 175? You having a good night? We should thank Reg Bailey for his warm words and his sentiment. Thank you, Reg. The next speaker I'd like to invite on stage is somebody who inspires me and I'm sure will inspire you. Please make Tom Stevenson, the treasurer of YMCA Australia, feel very welcome.
With a question. And I don't want you to answer, I want you to visualise. When you picture what a national treasurer should look like, what do you picture? Someone male, pale and stale, perhaps? A little bit musty and crusty? Maybe you're picturing a former grey-haired investment banker. But whatever you're picturing, chances are you're probably not picturing someone like me. I might be the least likely. A 29-year-old overseeing the finances of a movement turning over almost $500 million Australian dollars. But why not? If we are true to our belief in the power of inspired young people, why aren't more young people filling governance roles across the movement? It's this injustice I want to talk to you about tonight. And I'm hoping my change agents will confirm this for me in a minute. But young people are perfectly capable, perfectly willing, and perfectly suited to being governors of our movement. Am I right, change agents? But in my own country, we have over 180 governors serving across 14 YMCA association boards. And I can only think of a handful under the age of 30. Yet we have thousands of staff, of which 60% are under the age of 30. Like George Williams did here 175 years ago, calling out the injustice for young people that he saw in his time, I'm calling out the injustice of not enough young people having a voice in the way that their Ys run, in their own communities, at a time when young people's talent, wisdom, and energy has never been more important to the world that we're facing into and the challenges that lie ahead of us. And we've talked about those challenges this week. Climate change, employment and jobs, and mental health, just to name a few. In some parts of the world, the Y may be still perceived a little bit as a Victorian-era organisation, struggling for relevance, clinging to the C, not doing enough to challenge the M. And Patricia Pelton reminded us at the opening ceremony of our value statement that we all agreed to last year, all about inclusivity and diversity. Everything that the Y does now is to be inclusive, no matter your gender, your religion, your sexuality, your race, the list goes on. And in some parts of the world, we are so good at that. We're being more inclusive than we ever have been before. But there are other areas where we still need to take a step forward. We need to re-energise ourselves. We need to be more relevant to the communities that we are there to serve. But how do we do that? How do we as a movement, and those of us that are governors, leave a better legacy? How? Through listening and engaging with young people. And I just wanted to give a little bit of my story as to how I've got to my position today as National Treasurer of YMCA Australia. Intergenerational leadership is a rich journey that we can all be on together. I first started with the Y in a program called the Youth Parliament Program. I think in some parts of the world you call it Youth in Government. A program for young people, by young people. A program that gives young people a voice. A program that lets young people be heard. A program that empowers young people to speak up on the issues that matter to them. Issues such as the legal age of consent, voting rights, the right to be in charge of one's own body. Like laws to slow climate change or for increased government funding to support mental health. And it was through this program, a program I went on to volunteer for and run for a number of years, that I was approached to Emcee, the YMCA Australia National Convention in 2014. And I was at this convention up in Darwin, and so for those of you that aren't familiar with Australian geography, it's in the middle of Australia, right up the top. Picture crocs, kangaroos, the outback, real Australiana, Crocodile Dundee stuff. I was approached to join the YMCA Brisbane board. And at that stage, when I thought of board members, I certainly did think of the crusty old people. Someone that was semi-retired or close to it. I certainly didn't picture a 24-year-old youth parliament volunteer. But I said sure, and I gave it a go. And I remember walking into my first board meeting, sitting around a table with people that had so much more life experience than me, that were so much more older than me. I didn't know what to say or what to do. But with the support of my board and a CEO that embraced diversity of thinking and listening to the voice of young people, I quickly found my voice. And through that newfound confidence and the support of my board, I was seconded to the Risk and Finance Committee of YMCA Australia. And from there, I quickly became an invited and elected member of the YMCA Australia board. All of a sudden, at age 27, I was a member of 2 boards and sitting on the Risk and Finance Committee of YMCA Australia. And from there, through a series of fortunate or unfortunate events, depending on whose perspective or who you ask, last year I became Treasurer of YMCA Australia. Was all of that a surprise? It was. Shouldn't have been? Maybe, but the more I think about that, the more I think the answer should be no. Because if I can do that, so can so many others. And when I reflect upon my fortunate yet somewhat unusual position to be on a board or 2 boards and treasurer of such a great organisation under 30 is not the norm. But again, I ask, why not? When I think about the young people that I know both inside and outside the Y, when I think about the young people that I've met here this week, and when I look around the room tonight and see the young people here, I know that there are so many passionate, committed, driven, amazing young people that have so much to offer at a board level, but are all too often not tapped into. And as a result, we perpetuate a cycle whereby young people don't feel listened to. And those that are older, wiser, or know better drive strategic decision making. But what if? What if companies, organisations, schools even, or maybe your why, or your why, or your why, entrusted young people with the governance of your movement? And now I'm not saying let's kick out all the oldies for all the people over 35 in the room. Don't get too nervous. I'm not suggesting that at all. I've learned a lot and continued to learn a lot from those with much more life experience than me. And I've learnt a lot from our Indigenous Australians and their intergenerational approach to leadership. But here's what I think would happen if we tapped into young people as governors. Businesses would be more relevant to the communities that they are serving. Education would be more relevant to the world that we're facing into. Our society would be more environmentally and socially responsible. And that's just a start. If we are true to our belief in the power of inspired young people and empowering young people, we as a movement need to lead by example. And when I reflect upon a conversation I had earlier this week, right here at Y175, I was introduced to a general secretary from an association. And I asked, how many young people are on your board? And what do you think the answer I got was? What do you think the number was that I was given? That's right. The answer was 0. And when I asked and challenged why that was the case, the answer I was getting was, well, that's not how things are done. The Constitution doesn't allow it. We've got a committee over here where we can listen to young people. But for me, that doesn't cut it. And if I can put a challenge out to everyone tonight, if you're from an association that doesn't allow young people to be on your boards, your Constitution doesn't allow it, change it. If you're from an association that does allow young people to be on your boards, but you don't have any young people there at the moment, change that. Get some young people around the table. The governance revolution of the why starts here. It starts today, and it starts with all of us. Young people are not the future. Young people are today. Thank you.
June 2020, San Francisco. Are you going to be there? How exciting is that? Another round of applause for Tom and his inspiring speech about embedding governance into our structures. Thank you, Tom. I'm thrilled to invite to the stage our next guest. Before I tell you who it is, I want to tell you about a concept that he shared with me, and I want to read it. Ubuntu is an Nguni Bantu term meaning humanity. It is often translated as I am because we are, or humanity towards others. But it's often used in a more philosophical sense to mean that the belief in a universal bond of sharing that connects all humanity. This man is absolutely captured by that sentiment. Please make some noise for our movement's leader, the General Secretary of the World Alliance of YMCAs, Carlos Sanvee.
Thank you. Dear friends, what a moment. It's not every day that one gets to celebrate 175 years of being. And I'm so delighted this day at the privilege of joining in this auspicious occasion. The past 3 days have been high in emotion, in learning, full of interaction, relationship building. We have over 3,000 participants from close to 100 countries, a very fitting way to mark this celebration. Our history as a global movement is very diverse and rich. Over the years, the YMCA have provided safe and inclusive space for all, physical spaces and now increasingly virtual spaces. Those spaces continue to foster a sense of belonging, actualization without discrimination, cutting across ages, gender, ethnicity, and race, to name but a few. YMCAs have been a shelter, the go-to place for all. We hear many stories of genuine empowerment across the world. The message is the same. The YMCA saved my life. Others say the YMCA have brought meaning to my life. I don't know about you, but over the past 3 days, I have felt myself transported back to 1844, almost like simulation of what our founding father, George William, experienced in the formative day of the YMCA. Moving around, talking to people, listening to stories and new ideas, I sensed that something new was in the making. I hope you feel the same too. A new reality, a new phenomenon. This phenomenon, for lack of word, I will call Youth Work 2.0. This reality is emerging. Something significant and positive have transpired over this past day. And I believe the YMCA will never be the same again. What happened here in London 2019 points to the collective realization that despite our differences, our various origin and background, we are in a pilgrimage together. We are marching and jointly writing a priceless history, building human community of peace and restoring dignity. Dear friend, you know very well that despite our commitment and good work over the years, we still get reports of masses of people who continue to be denied the basic right to be and to live peacefully. Young people, children, and women are the most vulnerable and often the ones paying the high price for choices others are making. Today's challenges are many, including climatic uncertainty, economic instability, educational shortcoming, food and nutritional insecurity, forced migration, human trafficking, violent extremism, growing inequality, to name but a few. Ultimately, the world we are living in is increasingly becoming more and more polarized, pushed to the extreme with a resurgence of new and counter-narrative fostering nationalism and supremacist theory. Despite those challenges today, our world, on the other hand, offers unparalleled opportunity to see and understand the world with increasing clarity. We have technologies that now allow us to see the depth of the universe, even inside the very DNA that makes our being. We can invent new tools to repair human tissue, conquer viruses, treat cancers, individualize medical intervention with extraordinary precision. Our lives today have been impacted by artificial intelligence, driving major society changes, in a way not experienced before. Ironically, intelligence, as you know, is about solving problems. Yet, even the growing artificial intelligence, global societal emerging problems such as climate change still remain elusive. I believe we are simply lacking the collective consciousness, the ability to feel things and to connect to the emotion and the aspiration of masses, which are the best guide to solving critical problems. Looking back, as we have been doing, looking back in the rear mirror of our achievement as a movement, even though very inspiring, should not cloud our looking forward through the windscreen at the expanse immensely of opportunity ahead. A challenge I have personally experienced, the same facing the YMCA and other organizations and the greater humanity, is that of dwelling in the glory of the past. Staying tied to our past quickly relegates us to irrelevance in the wake of changing reality of the world and young people today. How relevant we become and continue to be comes down to whether we can use our imagination and collective consciousness to envision a future rooted in equality, compassion, and dignity for all. I have faith in the collective impact that we can repair our world and bestow upon our young generation the legacy of a better and thriving world. In funding the YMCA, George William and his peers aim at providing meaning to those left on the periphery of progress that was happening during the first industrial revolution. We are now in the fourth industrial revolution. And scholars have been predicating that there will be a formation, and there's already been a formation on new social construct called the class of the useless. Friend, this predication should more than ever before drive us to action now rather than later in our attempt to salvage the future of our youth. If there was any among us who doubted the ability of our young people, I pray that this YMCA 175 celebration have left you without any shadow of a doubt of the ability and imagination inherent to our young people. Ability and imagination that, if harnessed today, will lead to the better tomorrow, hence averting the crisis of the class of the useless. Herein lies the opportunity for the YMCA family looking ahead. To begin anticipating our turning 200 year, the YMCA at 200 in 2044. It is my prayer that we shall join our heart and mind as a movement to ensure our youth have the agency to create change in the community and in the world. Since a large part of our movement affirm that our raison d'être is to empower young people, equipping them to transform the community, their nation, and the World YMCA is committed to making youth empowerment a reality in the majority of our YMCA. We will go beyond providing services to young people or promoting their personal development. Together, we will ensure that all over the world, young people are equipped to withstand abuse of power, injustice, and irrelevance. That, my friend, is true empowerment. We are committed to working with all of you collaboratively to provide an alternative meta-narrative to counter ongoing negative narrative around young people. Moving toward 2044 is an incentive to clearly articulate our North Star, a construct and an understanding that we will all look at and that will inspire and drive our strategic choices. I believe our North Star should be informed by our ability to provide spaces that enable young people to be resilient, self-sustaining, and solution provided to the communities. Our world is ruled by systems, and many of those systems are broken and irrelevant. Our collective action moving forward should go beyond scratching the surface of human tragedy that we are confronted with every day. Empowering young people will consist in equipping them with collective consciousness and relevant competency for system thinking, system design, or redesign. In 2044, I see the YMCA globally being recognized not just as the oldest and the largest youth movement, but as the largest providers of game changers or change makers and thought leaders in our communities. These past 3 days have demonstrated that we are indeed capable of doing so. God willing, our next gathering of this magnitude will be at our next World Council in 2022 in Aarhus in Denmark. As lead up to that, I invite you to sustain the momentum the YMCA 175 afforded us. Let London 2019 inspire us to collaborate more radically to inspire and activate multi-stakeholders youth empowerment platform, digital and physical. Let's continue the conversation around the future of our communities and how to keep the YMCA relevant in the face of constant societal change. Let us join hands and actively support youth-led solution and initiative. Friend, you have the power of making our movement fit for purpose and more agile in responding to the changing needs of our young people and the community. We will be departing soon from here. But as we say in French, ce n'est qu'un au revoir. It's just a seeing you soon. Because the journey continues. We are in pilgrimage. And time to time, we'll pause, like the past 3 days, pause to reflect, take stock, and rekindle our focus and energy for the journey. Let us not be tired. We will continue the journey. We will pause, but we'll continue over and over. I want to extend my gratitude using the word of my president, Patricia Appleton, and the gratitude of the world movement to all the organizers, those who have been working day and night to plan all those meetings. We are so grateful. Thank you very much. Looking through the rear mirror of our organization, I see great achievement and innovation. Looking ahead, through the windscreen, I see immense opportunity and optimism. And if we use collectively our imagination and consciousness for the good of our children and the young people we are working with, we can be optimistic about the future. And this is what I choose, and this is how we're going to lead this movement. Thank you for your attention, and que la fête continue.
Thank you for your kind words. Thank you, everyone. And hello, my name is Vladi. I'm from the YMCA in the Czech Republic. And I am here now, thank you, so that each and every one of us in this room can get a feeling that we are connected, that we are united, and that we are together. But not only in this room, but in all the YMCAs and all around the world. So I would invite all of you now who can to stand up. And we will create this universal bond of sharing. So please hold your neighbor's hand like this. Gently but firmly, and make sure that everybody gets connected. Shall we walk off? And we will also join you so that we are all together.
Feel that?
Yeah, I think we go up.
We off?
Just good.
YMCA, can we have a quick praise party? Is that okay? Can I get all the, I was gonna say young people, but we're all pretty young, right? Everyone to just run down to the front. We're just gonna have a massive party. Let's do this. You ready? Turn to the person next to you and say, after all that I've been through, I've still got some room to give God praise. Now make some noise! My amazing engineers, can we turn this real loud? We're about to have a great party in here. You ready? Let's go! Everybody lift him.
Praise him.
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 On the balcony.
Praise him.
Way at the back.
Praise him.
Down here at front.
Praise him.
Let me see those hands.
Praise him.
Let me see those hands.
Praise him.
Let me see those hands.
Praise him. Praise him.
Jump up on your feet and
praise him.
Jump up on your feet and
praise him.
Jump up on your feet and
praise him. Praise him. Praise him.
Jump up on your feet and
praise him.
Get up on your feet and
praise him.
Jump up on your feet and
praise him.
Let me see you go down low. Let me see you go down. Let me see you go down. Let me see you go down. Let me see you bring it up. Let me see you bring it up. We gotta go. Jump up on your feet, get up on your feet, jump up on your feet, get up on your feet, jump up on your feet, get up on your feet. Here we go. After all I've been through. Let's do a real quick check. Everybody on this side of the building, you here? You sure? Jump up on your feet and praise. Everybody on this side of the building, you here? You sure? Jump up on your feet and everybody in the middle, you here? This might be my side. Jump up on your feet and jump up on your feet and jump up on your feet and you guys over here? You sure? You sure? How about way back here? You here? Jump up on your feet and I saw you jump, but I didn't hear you. Jump up on your feet and okay, they're here. One more time, you hear? Jump up on your feet and 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 for the next 60 seconds, I want to see how long you can jump, how high you can jump. I want you to go crazy. You ready? You ready? Let's go, Miles. Jump up on your feet. Get up on your feet. Jump up on your feet. Get up on your feet. Jump up on your feet. Get up on your feet. Jump up on your feet. Get up on your feet. Let's go. When the Spirit of the Lord is here, it says that He will raise up a standard against everything that tries to come against you. You ready? upon the Lord, we will wait upon the Lord, we will wait upon the Lord. Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord, we will wait. Wait. Let's go, come on.
Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. We will wait upon the Lord. We will wait upon the Lord.
Strength will rise.
Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. We will wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. Our God, you reign forever. Our hope,
how
strong deliverer.
Let's go, come on.
You are the everlasting God.
The
everlasting God.
You do not faint.
You do not faint.
Yes, won't grow weary.
The defender of the weak.
You comfort those in need.
Comfort those in need.
You lift us up.
You lift us up on wings
like eagles. So you
are the everlasting God.
Say the
everlasting God.
You do not faint.
You do not faint. You won't
grow weary. You're the defender.
You're the defender of the weak. You comfort those in need.
You lift us up.
You lift us up on wings
like eagles.
You are. Sing you are. Sing you are. You are. Lord, you are. You are. Lord, you are. You are. The everlasting God. You are. My healer. You are. My strength. My strong tower. Hallelujah. You are everything I need. You are my Savior, my Father. You are. You are.
Thank you, YMCA. Happy birthday. Come on, make some noise.
Alrighty, 175. With very little left to go, please put your hands again to the gospel choir for an amazing performance. We're about to wrap it up now. So either take your seat very quickly or feel free to stay standing as we're in the last part of the show. And for some brief closing remarks of thanks, please welcome Juan Simios Iglesias, the General Secretary of YMCA Europe.
Good evening, everyone. And what an evening. What an evening. Let the YMCA be the change for the world, leading in love and inclusion for all. This is a message that someone wrote and sent to the beautiful garden at the plaza of YMCA Scotland. And we cannot define what has been happening these days here in London in a better way. Tomorrow morning, YMCA 175 will be a memory, one more beautiful memory in our YMCA lives. But it will be then when we realize the impact and the value of the time that we spent together here in London, and how we changed our local YMCAs when we go back home. For sure, Carlos, that's for sure, the YMCA movement will not be the same after these 4 days in London. Our roots will remain the same and solid, but we will be better equipped as individuals, as an organization. So on behalf of our executive committee, President Mike Will, I would like to thank a number of persons and groups and teams that made this possible. Thank you to my colleagues in the steering group, Alina, Nico, Sebastian, Marta, Mike, Marius, Beate, and Kerry. To YMCA Europe staff, the management and project direction for their passion, commitment, caring, and professional work during almost 3 years of discussions, planning, agreements, and decisions. Our special gratitude for overcoming the expected and the unexpected challenges of organizing an event of these contents and dimension. Thank you to our partners, donors, and supporters for believing in the dream and for making it real through resources, expertise, and the understanding that only working together we can achieve full success. Thank you, YMCA England and Wales, World Alliance of YMCAs, YMCA of the USA, World Urban Network. Our event would not have been possible without your trust, your leadership, your commitment, and your constant ambition to build a better movement. Thank you to all my colleagues, national general secretaries in Europe and across the world, CEOs, the global staff team, our governance bodies all over the world, program and international directors, youth workers, volunteers, and staff members at local, regional, national, and international levels for believing in YMCA 175. I can guarantee you that the time, resources, funds that you invested were worth it, and you will very soon see the benefits of that investment. It is in our hands now to use the momentum, to keep it, and to impact and continue moving forward. Thank you. Very special thank you to all area and zone program leaders here. Working teams, crew, presenters, facilitators, speakers, performers on stage, but also all those backstage for your work, creativity, creativity, inspiration, flexibility, and love for sharing the YMCA mission and impact. Yes, the Lord was among us and smiling. You did it through words, through deep spirituality, through attitudes, and through actions. Your input was clear, strong, effective, and it was a response to socially relevant issues affecting young people today, and that has been the YMCA response. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all volunteers. All volunteers serving at YMCA 175 before, during, and after the event. Your work, humble attitude, and example has been a blessing for all of us. We are proud of you because you are the best ambassadors of the deepest YMCA values and of George Williams' vision. And may I ask all volunteers that volunteered in this event to please stand up. And finally, thank you to all of you delegates at YMCA 175. The YMCA owns you a lot, and we hope that your expectations were met. Continue believing in your positive capacities and dreams. Believe in the unique power of the YMCA. Believe in the impact that you can make on others. Multiply the effect of YMCA 175 among those that did not have the privilege of being here in London for many different reasons. During these days, our thoughts were especially with them that stay back home. And may God bless you, and we pray that through the YMCA, He brings peace to the world, peace to your countries, peace to your families, and peace to your hearts. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan, for those tremendous words. That is a wrap, everyone. We're about to finish. What's going to happen very shortly is we're going to get one last song from the tremendous choir that have scored this entire week. And if the mood so strikes you to perform a conga line out of this venue, please adhere to that urge, but don't forget to take your bags. As you leave this place, don't be sad that it's over. Be glad that it's happened, and let the spirit of fellowship and friendship light your lives. Thanks, everyone. That's a wrap on YMCA 175.
Darling.
It was good.
One, two, da da da. Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight till you try to do that conga. Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, James. Can you thanks for coming today? No, thank you,
Any longer, feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do that conga. Ding ding ding, ding ding and so listen to the beat. Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you find it, try to do that conga. There's no way we're gonna stop. your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. Ba-ba, come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight to try and do that conga beat. Any longer, come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. Any longer, come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, we can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, we can't control yourself any longer.